I see you've come back for your daily dose of dingo. Well, you can find this and more alliteration over at my Twitch. Right there. Enjoy the video. Gambit time. On its mulling to 5. Hang the streak up or to make it longer? Well, Murktide's not a bad deck, I'll say that much. Basic lands. Thank you. I appreciate the kind words and the prime sub for the second month in a row. Welcome to... Wait, do I need to land? Nah. Appreciate the kind words. Welcome back to the Hoodie Gang for the second month. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Founding the third path. We've been this. We're one step closer to Delirium. That's not what we're here to do. We're here to try Founding of the Third Path. And I'm going to top Founding of the Third Path, and I will cast it. I'm going to cast Founding into Expressive Iteration and hope that's good. It seems sweet. I can mill myself for 4 and play a giant Murktide. Stop saying this card's useless, Mr. Rabe. Not every new card is useless. Just because it's new doesn't mean it's useless. Choose a number from 1 to 3. The saga will enter the battlefield with that many lore counters on it. 1. Okay. Cast Expressive Iteration. Put a Murktide in my hand. These. This card's it's a bunch of haters. Bunch of haters. Mill 4. Look at that. We milled no instants and sorceries. We're doing it. Alright, hold on. Need to think. Do I just leave a counterspell? Nah, I should just play Giant Murktide. Question is, what do I want to leave in the graveyard? Probably... What's what I'm drawing? Am I drawing a land? I'm drawing a land. I'm drawing a Consider. Alright, step 1, Giant Murktide. Step 2, question mark. Step 3, Profit. I'm going to leave the Expressive Iteration in the graveyard. Make, like, I guess a not-so-giant Murktide. So I'm planning on flashing back Expressive Iteration with Founding. This also leaves me Delirium. I can go Expressive Iteration into Island Murktide. I think we're very far ahead. Also get to drop this Consider if we don't have to heat something. Pity Theft, Bounce. Sure. I think I'm just going to Consider into Land Drop. I'll bid another Unholy Heat. I get to give one thing flashback. Should it be Expressive Iteration or should it be Consider? Probably Expressive Iteration. I just answer all their stuff. I can also just like leave up. I just drew an Expressive Iteration. Yeah, whatever. Still gonna get this Expressive Iteration back. Damn, this card's kind of good. Just the tempo it provided. So let me grab these Leyline Bindings. Thank you so much, Crid Bros. Appreciate it. I will be a brewing with them tonight. Cast blue-red. Not a cat of not being able to read. Oh my god. I have no lands. No lands might be a problem. We 2-3'd with elves. It's very impressive when it gets to combo off, but the deck can't keep up with constant removal. There's so much removal in this format. I don't know how to combat it. Some smarter, more handsome elves player will come along and figure it out, but I'm not one of those people. Chris, thank you for gifting a sub to Curd Bros. Appreciate it. I'm just gonna take the Founding, bottom of the Murktide, exile the Lightning Bolt. Go to Ed Step and Lightning Bolt them in the face. Curd Bros, welcome to the Hoodie Gang, and thank you so much for the Leyline Bindings. I appreciate you. Did you cut lands? I did not cut lands. I'm gonna drop the Expressive Iteration. I just have not drawn any lands. I don't like an heat, I guess, and that's not great. Play giant Murktide. What are you doing? You gonna ice me? I do like have super Delirium constantly all the time, forever, always, which is kind of sweet. It's more than just Delirium. It's super Delirium. And it's a tap land. Alright, giant Murktide time. I guess I don't want to get rid of that many instances and sorceries, because I do have another. Yeah, whatever. 8/8 Murktide go. It's too much thinking involved. Did I not just play this land? Okay, 8/8 Murktide. Another bounce effect, I'm gonna be really sad. Hopefully founding on, they have another bounce effect. Oh, it's a stomp. Alright, that's fun. Everything everywhere all at once. I'm just gonna take it, whatever. I think they have a Fury in their hand. If their play is Fury this turn, then I don't care. Just attack them, bolt them. I'm gonna have to leave a Brazen. At which point I go heat the Brazen Borrower, counterspell whatever you have in hand, and then bolt you in the face. That seems pretty sweet, so. He's a Bone Crusher. Them bones. Left you super dead. Bolt. Against Rhinos, bring in the EE. We'll bring in Force Negation. Seems good. Mystical Dispute. Why not? Flusterstorm. I don't think the rest of these cards are worth playing. What's actively bad? Most of the time, Lightning Bolt's actively bad. I'll cut like 3 copies of Lightning Bolt, 1 copy of Bobble. Could trim on a Founding. Maybe Iteration, because it's like tapping out. It's not that good. Let's run it. Founding seems amazing for Delirium. I really enjoy being able to get Delirium off of like nothing. I'm gonna figure out what to stick Leyline Binding into. A different card type helps Delirium. I don't believe you for a second. Somehow, you guys turn something I say that's like analytical, or at least somewhat analytical, into like the dumbest comment of all time. It's kind of impressive. I'm just like trying to give feedback on the deck, and you're like, oh yeah, of course, like, duh. Adding a new card type does help you with Delirium, Dingo, you fucking idiot. It's so funny. What are you, stupid? You don't know that enchantment gives you Delirium? I'm binding in Zoo. Does anybody have... I gotta figure out what to stick that Leyline Binding into. You don't say. You don't say. You guys are a bunch of haters and Dunkinators, but I'm here for it. Chardless Agent. I think they're gonna shuffle that one away. I feel like they might shuffle it away. They're gonna be like, oh my god, they looked at the top card of my library. Fetch. Is there like a good Zoo build right now? Because if there's a good Scion Zoo build, I'll stick Leyline Binding in it, and we'll run it after this. Somebody link me a Zoo build. We need to take a trip to the zoo. A classic on Discord. Scares me. Kind of handed they keep, where they're just like not doing anything on 3 or 4. Come on, do something. Oaks would stick. I just had a vomit reaction on what you just linked me. Almost threw up in my mouth. I have nothing proactive. This is Elv's worst nightmare. Ooh. Now we're doing it. We're advancing our board. That was just Slab a Cavern. I was thinking about going up to like 3, maybe even 4 caverns, but then that would probably involve going to mono green instead of playing green black. Zoo? Zoo. Alright. We will take this list and we'll play it next. Seismic Assault? Oh my god, Slowgurk. I'm cutting the Seismic Assaults and the Slowgurk. Zoo for real. Oh, this list is cool too. All right, I'll put it up to a poll. Whenever we get to zoo, I'll show you guys both zoo lists, and you can decide. You probably have to cut the grist though, which feels sad to me, because grist is just fantastic. At some point, I'm gonna draw a proactive spell. Sure. See how much they fight over this. Imagine they at least have one mystical dispute. Or clan rampager. That is a pretty sweet card. Wild Young Nacatls. This one does have Wild Nacatl. One of them does, one of them doesn't. The other one has Omnath in it. What have I done? MTG Dominaria drops next week, so check out these top selling cards. Malachite Reaper. That's fantastic. It's not zoo unless you play Nacatl. Preach. Preach. Blue zoo. Alright, that's a lot of zoo decks. I'll put it to a poll. Why is Balagid recovery there? The Belcher players would like to have a word with you. What is your plan here, Original Twan? Your plan is to play an Endurance. It's like almost annoying enough for me to counter. Yeah, I think I'm gonna counter it. The new Joda. I haven't actually looked at the new Joda. I don't really know what it does. Yeah, Belcher's not that great right now. Still disputes the counterspell. I have more responses. Oh my god. This looks like an Amulet Titan stack. Alright, do your worst. I am tapped out. That doesn't seem that bad. Wooburg, 5/5. Legendary creatures you control get +X/+X, where X is the number of legendary creatures you control. Whenever you cast a legendary spell from your hand, exile cards. Is it just Cascade? Besage is really annoying. I need a Founding the Third Path right now. Drew another Rogvon. Good. Yeah, it's Legendary Cascade. Seems pretty sweet. I'm not sure what decks it would go into, really. I guess like Nibdelite, but I don't know if Nibdelite's a particularly good deck at the moment. Why did we play out that EE? Because we had a ton of mana when we played it out. Played it out to like play around Violent Outburst, but Busha just held it. That verdict was disgusting. It was. I was like testing elves out for today's stream, and it was not going very well last night, and to no surprise, did not go very well today. 8/8. It's very cash money of you to block like that, because now I get to go Unholy Heat, play an 8/8 Murktide. Very cash money. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody come on, let's play the Murktide. Competition, by the way. Mystical Dispute. Subtlety. I'm gonna top this. Say go, because it is a 5/5, which is just bigger than this Rhino. Just need them to brick for a turn. That's not a brick. That kills me. Okay. You just submit here. That was pretty brutal. Just drawing a Murktide and then just rip the Endurance. Free Elementals. Elementals are so brutal. Got the 3 zoo lists to choose from. What the hell is this? Oh, this is an I Play Bad Decks deck. Sanctum Weaver, Sithis, Cloythus, Zur, other Zur. Bunch of Enchantress BS. Leyline Binding. Mm. I do like New Zur, to be fair. I think New Zur is pretty sweet. But it seems like the mana is just going to be impossible in that deck. Mana does not seem very good. This hand seems very good though. I'm just going to read ahead to chapter 2 here on this founding. We don't draw anything to cast with it. Okay, go ahead. Find new music. This is not the move. I'm just gonna hold up Spell Pierce actually, so Founding's gonna have to wait. Unless I can connect to this Ragavan, then I can cast Founding and consider. Alright, I guess I'm gonna cast Founding and then consider. Just do chapter 1 here. Chapter 1. In the Odawara, drew another consider. I'd like to hit an actual counterspell to be able to combat Endurance. Endurance seems like a problem. Maybe it's time to go for Joda. Joda the Light. I'll probably try it out. I want to try a bunch of new cards out, so keep giving me ideas. The more ideas, the better. And what is this? Crack. It's like a stomp or something to kill Ragavan. I think I might let Ragavan go. I don't have very much defense against rhinos at the moment. Now I take it back. I'm gonna spell pierce this. I take it all back. Mill 4. Got Super Delirium. I'm still worried about Endurance. The rhinos. I'm drawing a Mystical Dispute. Take all the best cards in the format, put them in a deck, put Yorion in the deck. Okay, okay. Listening. Yeah, that's 20 more good cards. Endurance. I don't want to target, like, Counterspell. It's just you may cast the copy. It's not you may cast the copy this turn. No, you can't cast Rhinos off of Ragavan, unfortunately. Alright. Back you. Yeah, let it go. Fury. I have no counter spells at the moment, which really sucks. Yep, that happens. Maybe I can just pull together lethal via like lightning bolt and Ragavan attacks, but I'm not super optimistic about that. Janini! Hello, Janini. All the cards above 50 tickets. It's like what, Endurance? And that's like it. Black Lotus. I wish I had more lightning bolts. So I could just close this game out, but I only have the Singleton lightning bolt left in my deck. Pretty sure I know that they have a Mystical Dispute. Oh. Endurance. Sure. They have an Outburst. Counterspell. Counterspell's a very good draw. Flusterstorm's also pretty great. I don't remember if they shuffled away the Violent Outburst or not. That was the opening draw. Gotcha. Is there a card to burn 5 minutes from their clock? I don't think so. Yeah, it happens. Another Murktide. Murktide would be nice here. He's also gonna buy me a lot of time. They're feeling the pressure of the clock. Tick tock, tick tock. Goes the clock. I think Founding allows you to get Delirium more consistently, which may or may not be good. I haven't quite decided if it's like worth it or not. This is only the first match. It's game 3, right? It's game 3. Yeah, I cut the shredder. Exiled Footfalls. Murktide. I'll take a DRC, sure. Imagine you run out of threats, but then you could pay 3 mana at sorcery speed to get another one from your sideboard. But in order to include it, you have to follow a tiny restriction. You think that'd be a good mechanic? I think it'd be a better mechanic if you could just play the card from your sideboard for free. Cut Glitneskrin, bruh. I cut the best card in the deck, I'm sorry. Scoobs, how you doing, my friend? Alright, chip in for 1. Put you to 6. 4 hours between you and the weekend, hell yeah. I don't even know if you're referring to the band or to the actual weekend. Either way, that sounds exciting. Why not Eat or Surveil? We're 2 card types away. So, it's not going to get us Delirium anyways. Now it might. I mean, I think I have to top that. This is pod racing? No. 2-turn clock is nice, but I feel like Expressive Iteration's just way too good of a draw here. I'll put that on top, actually. I don't mind hitting a land drop off this Expressive Iteration. I think we're in a pretty good position here. Got it. You have rhinos. This is from the Strixhaven Mystical Archives. I'd like to play Snapcaster Mage. Saga Caster Mage. I have 2 Mystical Disputes. Only Snapcaster. Could, alright. Can't flashback counterspell like you can with Snapcaster, but it seems playable. Yeah, no Ledger Shredder. Just Founding. Because the idea is Founding turns on Delirium faster, so we're going to see if it's worth it. It actually can't cast Suspend spells. Neither Chapter 1 nor Chapter 3 can cast Suspend spells. Yeah, it is weaker to Graveyard Hate now, for sure. That's the trade-off, right? You get a faster linear game plan, but you're weaker to Graveyard Hate. No, Chapter 3 is just Snapcaster. I want Founding or Counterspell here. Let's take the Founding. It's new and shiny. It doesn't need to be fast, but this build is fast, so I'm kind of curious to see how it like stands compared to the slower builds of Murktide. I had to start this Founding on Chapter 2, Mill 4, play an 8/8 Murktide, and then cast Expressive Iteration. That seems powerful, if it doesn't get Spell Pierced. I would like to Mill 4. I would like to play an 8/8. Because I want to have mana to be able to cast my spell with Expressive Iteration, so I don't want to go Chapter 1 here. So if I Expressive Iteration and I can't cast the spell I just exiled because I want to play an 8/8 this turn, then I just lost value of my Expressive Iteration. Have I ever had a triple sleeve deck? Never. Stopped at double sleeving. Grow, Murktide. Grow. I'd rather lose than not get value. Than drawing two. Janini, I have an answer. Maybe. That's not a question. That's a statement, Janini. Do you have a follow-up question for this statement? Hey, Falsh. Stop sleeping at seeing the future. Sure. Where can you get one? Apex.gg. It's technically apexgaming.gg now, because they changed it. Apexgaming.gg. Us founding the third path seems pretty sweet here. What's the rundown? Elves are still sad. I'm not gonna call them unplayable, I will simply call them sad. I'm actually gonna shock this in case they have spell pierce. Founding the third path seems really good in Murktide so far. This is a small sample size of 1.5 games. Boop, boop. I don't want to get rid of the founding. Just get rid of another Ragavan. Grow, Murktide, grow! Alright. Well, we won the Murktide mirror very easily. We should ban founding of the third path. Honestly, I think it might be too broken. Triple sleeved Yorion is the way. Is this like half the deck and this is the other half of the deck? Because that deck is bigger than one card. Holy crap. I assume that's the sideboard in the other compartment, but yeah. It's just funny to think that it's like half the deck in one compartment, half the deck in the other. I usually take out DRCs post sideboard. So I think we'll trim 2 DRC, Bobble, and a Lightning Bolt. Try like that. Burn the whole deck. Although maybe I'm supposed to cut on Murktides. It has no red mana, but I'm going to keep it anyways. Because it does have a Hearse and a Spell Pierce. Don't play Ragavan. Not very cash money of you. You're only digging me closer. Your red mana opponent. Red mana. Red mana. Red mana. Never punished. 2% more intimidation value? Oh, I know. My grief has menace and intimidate on it. Another one. Why can I not deal with these Ragavans? It's so annoying. So annoying. Whatever, Hearse go. I guess I should start eating some stuff. Consider Spell Pierce. Just look at that deck. They must have a lot of reps with 4 color. Ragavan. I managed to cut to them 4 out of 10 times. Jesus. Foil cards just like aren't worth playing most of the time. Unfortunately. Alright, I guess I gotta play Murktide this turn. Go sad Murktide. Yeah, getting a DQ because the card like curls. It's just such a bad feeling. Nope. If they have another Spell Pierce or Mystical Dispute of their own, does not appear that they do. EI. Yeah, the Hearse can grow the Murktide. It's gonna be problematic if they play a Murktide of their own here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They do not. Okay. 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 Apparently they forgot that lightning bolt is not going to be effective because I can just grow my own Murktide with the hearse. This hand looks good. Last seen playing Belcher. Hmm. Fascinating. We're mulliganing to 5, so they must still be playing Belcher. The Saga's been great so far, Bolt. Saga's been fantastic. I think he swapped his smart water for pronouncing words wrong water. I agree. It must be all the, like, infected water that they have over there. Pass. It's a weird brand of water. Something you wouldn't understand, you know? Yep, Belcher doing Belcher things. I think I'll bin that. Start this thing at chapter 2, mill 4. I really need a counter spell though. Chapter 2, I mill 4. Say go. Not having counter spells might be the death of me here. Probably drinking Dasani. And Dasani's awful. Might just be dead here. Not having counter spells is so brutal. At least post sideboard we get to take out all the heats. Bring in like Force. Maybe even Mystical Dispute. A Braid. Nice Flusterstorm might be good enough too. Welcome to my not alive town, and I'm definitely dead here. Unless I can rip Counterspell. Maybe even Spell Pierce would be fine. They're definitely gonna go put the Miracle thing on top. Stock Belcher. Yeah, definitely gonna put the Miracle thing on top, which means that I'm probably gonna flashback consider get 2 looks at potential counterspell. Oh, excuse me. 2 looks at a potential counterspell seems fine. Wizards doesn't care a lot about black green X. Wizards is just kind of bad at designing black green X cards. Like they gave us Soul of Windgrace, which is like not good enough. One last. So stupid, Jindy. Hello, Burnt. Alright, we'll get this consider. I have not. I want to put another consider in the graveyard. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Pass the turn. Pyromancer's Ascension. Sure. I haven't even talked about Soul of Windgrace yet. I don't know what it does. Like discard land, do one of 3 things. You're having streamer confusion. Out of context, forbidden terms are the funniest thing. Yeah, it's really funny. I let this resolve. Sure. Alright, I'm gonna play Murktide. Hopefully that's good enough. Consider expressive, unholy heat, expressive, land, done. Slow Gurk, Soul of Windgrace deck. Some 4-color nonsense. That'd be everything but white, right? Yeah. Just can't even play Leyline Binding. You have Pactive Negation? You do have Pactive Negation. Alright, I'm dead. Not a ton I could have done about that. Just needed them not to have Pactive Negation. Ritual, 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 ritual. Belcher. Okay. Force, Mystical Dispute, Flusterstorm, Flusterstorm. I have Ascension, so I'm gonna bring in the hearses. A Braid can come in as well. And then we just take out all the unholy heats. No heat. Take out 3 bolt. Looks good to me. Stomping Ground first card. Who would do that? Certainly not I. I love that one land Belcher deck. It's so stupid. People just concede and have like reveal Stomping Ground. EE. Alright, Torborg, have a good one. I'll see you next week. I don't think we want EE. No. They run one main Taiga. Would. But they can actually like tutor it out, right? They have Edge of Autumn or something? Not Edge of Autumn. There's some card that like lets them tutor out a land. Forget what it's called. Is it Land Grant? It might be Land Grant. I just started on 2. I was planning on like starting it on 2, but now I realize I probably should have just started it on 0. Like started on 1, cast the EI, then try to hit a land drop. Probably better. But the green 3 mana not quite Gifts Ungiven card. One's that. Tap land. Saying go. Well, this Founding does not look very impressive right now. That Founding was 2 mana mill 4. Not quite where I wanted to be. Threats detected. It's kind of cool. Not sure what that would go in. I'm gonna find a piece of pressure at some point. Amulet. I think that their 3 mana spot in Amulet's like pretty contested though. It's different powers. You can get Titan. Hey Romar, thank you for the follow. I mean, fuck. I've said that so many times. Thank you for the raid. Keep saying that. Not follow. Raid. Thank you for the raid. Appreciate it. Hope you had a great stream. Yeah, you can just Summoner's Pack, and Summoner's Pack's free. So I don't think Amulet Titan really wants a card like that. Belcher. Spell Pierce. Veil of Summer. You have Pact Negation as well. If you have Pact Negation as well, then we have a problem. I just realized it's also Romario. Sorry. Just threw it away on each axis of everything. Piece of Pressure. No. I need interaction. I'm gonna shock this in to scare them. I need to find my braid. I need an abrade so badly. Find me a braid. Don't think I'm in the market for counterspell anymore. None of you are a braid. You're not a braid. Are you a braid? You're an Otawara? That's not gonna be good enough, right? Otawara back to their hand, they just recast it. Kept that counterspell, then maybe. Nah, not even that. It'd be good enough. I don't have enough mana for that. Alright. Spin it. The hunt for the abrade. It's not gonna be good enough. That Pact Negation, I'm dead. Why dump Otawara if they just... I bounce this and they replay it, and if they have a land drop, I die. I have 1 mana too few. Ujim. A Murktide mirror. Repetition blade, yeah. Repetition blade is pretty solid. At dealing with what the hell? This is not Murktide, this is Grinding Station. Not gonna deal with that right now. Grinding Station is kind of a difficult matchup. It really depends. I think the Founding's gonna be pretty good in this matchup. Founding not as good against Belcher. Snapcaster would be better against Belcher than Founding. I also think I need to pressure the Belcher player. Maybe I should just mulligan to a hand with pressure. Since we're cutting Ledger Shredder for Found, I think that you definitely get less threats because you don't have Ledger Shredder anymore, so it becomes harder to pressure people. But at the same time, if you do have like a DRC, a sideboard guide of Living End, I have no idea. Would not tell you. I think they have an Aether Spellbomb in their deck. They might just get Aether Spellbomb here. Yep, Aether Spellbomb. Giganti has a Living End guide. Seems like the last person to have a Living End guide. I can't deal with this fucking Emery. I had way too many threats. I shouldn't have played out the Murktide that one turn. Really need to find an answer to this Emery. And I did not. I shouldn't have played Murktide though, knowing that they had Aether Spellbomb in their deck. I could have just assumed that they had one. If I held up Counterspell, I could have counterspelled this Emery. That would be in a much better position. Ugh, vomit. Alright, go ahead. Even a Founding of the third path wouldn't be so bad here. With like Founding back Expressive Iteration. Maybe try to dig into a piece of removal. Or lands. Bane. I think I'm in a fine spot as soon as I'm able to remove this Emery. But I have not been able to yet. Lord of the Ring thing. I did not see it. Was it any good? Ooh. Murder. Okay, well. How am I going to beat this is the next question. Small Murktide. Have it be like a 4/4. Pass the turn. Yep. Make a thing. I got very behind in this game because of that Emery. Not gonna be able to catch up from this. A Braid, Hearse, Blood Moon's fine. Especially if they're on the Teferi build, then Blood Moon becomes good. Menino. That sounds more accurate. It's like, I don't think Giganti does. But yeah, Menino makes sense. Let's trim a Founding, a Murktide. Murktide's not that good in this matchup. Cut a Bobble. DRC ×2. Yeah, Giganti plays blue-red pretty much all the time. Never really see him deviate off of blue-red. I don't know if trimming a Lightning Bolt's correct. They have a ton of threats I need to be able to kill. Sure, his hand's fine. to mill lightning bolt, sure. Alright, pass the turn. So I have Delirium if I fetch. Not a bad draw. I think we grab another red source. I'll top another expressive iteration. Seems fine. Drawing the perfect answer. Tuffy. Goodbye, DRC. Good morning, Erkster. Don't murder. It's really annoying. Super annoying. Oh, I'm gonna play that one. Okay. Otawara, huh? I think I'll bottom it. Bin it. Maybe I'm supposed to keep it to just reset Ledger Shredder. It's hard to say though. It's so inefficient. I think you just like recast Ledger Shredder too. At least we're shutting off Urza Saga and a multitude of other things, like Teferi. But I do have to find an Unholy Heat to kill Ledger Shredder. They could still like combo kill me with Emery and Grinding Station through Blood Moon. It's not that good. Oh. Oh. Immediately got all their colors back, I guess. Well, at least it shuts off Urza Saga, I guess. Swings with both. Doesn't cast Consider. Does cast Consider. Bolts DRC instead. How big will this be? Not very big at all. I think I take first to hand. Bottom exile founding. Founding. Let them do their thing. Cards will be available through mana traders. It usually takes them a couple days. Like 3 days maybe. Could start it on one cast expressive iteration. Yeah, let's do that. Let's cast expressive iteration. It's really digging for this Unholy Heat, so I'm glad I found it. Now I can go like Unholy Heat, Ledger Shredder, play Murktide, and be in a very good spot. As long as I don't die to the combo. I'm gonna dash Ragavan again, probably, which is okay. Iteration. Reasonable. Dash Ragavan. Connive. Bin. What are you binning? What are you buying? What are you selling? What are you conniving? Connive's a Ledger Shredder. Ouch. Let's think about what we want to cast next turn. Not Counterspell, not 2 EIs. Might want to cast Heat. Might want to cast Expressive Iteration. So I think I'll just play this as a 7/7 this turn. Just pass the turn. Hope that they don't have a great answer to it. Looks like their answer might be kill you. Yeah, I guess their answer is kill you. Apparently I should have played the Hearst instead of the Murktide. I just didn't want to keep getting hit by Ragavan. Well, that's actually really bad for them. Have to exile everything but the Oracle. Makes it kind of awkward. I should have just played Hearst this turn. That's so sad. There's Emery, so now they get to cast Emery. And if they get lucky, I guess then I'm gonna have to get lucky. I don't know if it's more powerful than Ledger Shredder or not. It fills the same role as Ledger Shredder, but the problem with this card is it doesn't really apply pressure to the opponent, it just gets you more value. So I have found it to be a little bit threat light at the same time. Oh boy, Erkster. I think I just get my bobble value here. Probably have to top that, unfortunately. Erkster playing Burn. Hey, Amatus. Is it Mattis or Matis? Yep, take two. Island heat here. I think I just mill the founding of the third path. Maybe start racing. Modus? Matus. In that, I need a piece of removal. None of your pieces of removal. What decks did I try? I tried elves with the new cards. I tried a bunch of pioneer decks. None of them were particularly impressive, unfortunately. I just cast Ragavan on defense. Modest got it. Yeah, temporary lockdown seems sweet. I'm still playing Scam in like tournaments and whatnot. Tomorrow I'm gonna play something with new cards in it though, for just to mix it up a little bit. Go to 7. Was not a very good start against Burn. All of Helios' generosity. I'm intrigued. Tell me more. Go to 5. And DT's doing some medical stuff right now. Looks like we're gonna come up a little bit short here. Against Burn, we'll bring in Fury. I think a Braid's fine too. Luster. I want explosives. I don't think explosives is worth it. I don't care about Sanctifier that much. Bring in Force. It's got a couple of Founding. I think Founding's too slow here. A couple of iterations as well. From a Murktide. I'll keep. Yeah, DT's great. I'm not sure yet. I think they're comparable. They kind of serve the same role, right? Aren't they even the $10? Drugs and porn? Holy shit. Alright, I'll use it for half of those things, but I'm not going to tell you which half. I appreciate it, Burn. Thank you. I need to set an upkeep stop on my own upkeep. This Founding seems like it might be quite ineffective this turn. I've been spiked. Yep. Oh. And it has to exile something. That sucks. I didn't realize it has to exile something. Makes it a lot worse. If it didn't have to exile something, it'd be better. Guess I'm gonna go to 8. Founding of the Fountain of Cho. You may cast. The chapter 3 says exile target instant or sorcery from your graveyard, copy it. You may cast the copy. Doesn't say you may exile it, it forces the exile. I'm just so dead here. Maybe not. Copium. Maybe not. Lightning Helix. I am become the burn deck. Hear me? Goblin Guide. I guess I'll dash to take their Goblin Guide. I might draw in response. That's fine too. Just bolt the Goblin Guide. Alright, 6. Okay, now I can heat the Goblin Guide. I think the path's good. Not sure if it's going to become a staple. I definitely think it's good. Dragon's Ridge Channeler. I can just pass here. Long-lived new Snapcaster Mage. I think it's going to be a staple, but I'm not sure where it fits in exactly. Alright. Somehow won that game. I think the best home's Mill. Probably. I'll keep this hand. Not sure if it's a great hand. Especially with this land being a fiery islet. Would prefer it to be anything else. Another Sunbaked Canyon. It's a lot of canyon. Oh, I was supposed to force that. I realized I drew a blue card too late. I was definitely supposed to force that. Fuck. Now I'm gonna be far behind. That was so bad. Should have snap forced that. It just like didn't register. I was like, I don't have a blue card I can F6. I'm gonna painlessly kill this Eidolon. I'm trying to consider for another land drop. Consider, try to hit. Perfect. This lets me at least like EI. Alright, don't have 6, you have a force. Game would have gone so much differently had I forced. Okay. That was a pretty great EI. They kept a 1-lander on the draw, played 3 baubles, and didn't hit land until turn 4. Damn. Attack me. Trigger. Drew a land. Tight. One, two, three, four. Let's put this into the bin too. I'll take a counter spell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Murktide. If they don't have a path to exile would be pretty bad for me. But I imagine they're sitting on a path. I don't have any basic lands to get either. Yep. No basic lands to get. Alright, now it's just like second Murktide waiting room. Bobble. Gonna cast it. Look at theirs. Or Firewalker. That one I probably have to counterspell. Ooh, Founding. Well, I could flashback Lightning Bolt. Oh, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Murktide's just better, unfortunately. 2-turn clock. Maybe I'm supposed to leave the lightning bolt in there. I was supposed to leave the lightning bolt in there. Think of the points. No. No points. Oof. Alright, only 3, dude. After playing some like turbo magic. I think founding is quite good. I don't think you want to be on 4. 3? 2? Probably 2. 2 of these, 2 Ledger Shredder. Just, I feel like we were threat light a lot of the times. So I'd probably play 2 Ledger Shredder, 2 Founding. I did think that Founding was quite good though, and it's probably going to at least be somewhat of a staple in this type.
Have you
Bing
peaked?
bong, bing bong, bing bing bong.
Have you peaked?
You're a third-rate duelist.
I can't take it anymore.